All right, this is going to use this as a good example of hype. Some of us know about it, but again, there's in life you're gonna learn something, forget it, then be reminded of it. Whatever, that's just what it is. Because there's all kinds of I guess justified distractions and distractions that we just allow ourselves to get caught up in. But so just like the metaverse was such the metaverse, meta this, meta that, blah 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 blah. Have you heard much of, with the exception of Facebook, changing their name? And maybe that's the only why it still may be relevant, because now people, now they're calling themselves and branding themselves, right? Calling meta this, meta that. But yeah. And then once this ChatGPT came along, oh my God, it's starting to die down, I guess, a bit. But then again, also it's the algorithm, right? It's the potential algorithm that spews this out to us, even if we just mentioned it maybe one time. It's like, oh, I don't know, it's something. The algorithm is definitely very mysterious. So, and of course, and also, even if you know it, these fuckers change it, right? So, but yeah, so I want to use this example about the reality. Reality versus what we think is reality, right? Because the media, again, however the algorithm is programmed, however it's changed or whatever, but even just in general, right? Yeah, this became the hottest thing. I clicked one video and guess it gave me everything because it was a thing. It was hot. It was getting views, right? YouTube's goal is to keep you on here as long as possible. And I'll admit, I'm definitely a YouTube junkie, but hey, that's every game in life is a game, has its challenge. And the game wouldn't be nothing without it. And when you overcome the challenge, that's when you feel the high, the dopamine rush, right? Or even get the benefits, right? Whatever that is. So yes, the reality is, as much as ChatGPT is being talked about everywhere, every time I watch the video.
3 hours, 15 minutes.
Sorry guys, that's my health app. Every time I watch the video, oh, use ChatGPT to do this, ChatGPT to do that. It's like, oh my God, it right now has, in a sense, very, very limited use. From my opinion, we are going to get for further uses, especially as it unfolds itself. Also, when it becomes somewhat self-realized, in a sense, self-conscious, whatever you want to call it, right? So yeah, so let's see here. Some days it feels like the whole world is using ChatGPT. The reality is less impressive, according to the new survey by Morgan Stanley. Adoption of AI tools like ChatGPT and Google Bard, right, remains surprisingly low. Yeah, because again, when you understand that the masses are dumbasses for the most part, again, I say that with all due respect, because again, this is just an illusion. But at this current time, the masses are dumbasses. So they just want to be entertained, right? They just want to be entertained. That's why, the Roman circuses and all that stuff. People just want to hide from the truth, don't care if they want to hear the truth, and let alone apply the truth once they know it. It just is what it is. So that's why I'm trying to create a tribe here to find those that obviously want more out of life, understand that it's better for us to work together than competing with each other. And so, but yeah, sometimes things may seem like they're crazier, but it's the media hype, that's why when I look at history, I'm like, damn, as bad as the history makes it sound, it looked like everything was so crazier back then, and we are definitely living in some of the most, I guess, safest times, that it may be boggling our mind to a bit. That's why we like to create all kinds of chaos and drama to kind of remember, I guess, the trauma from our ancestors, whatever, right? But what was I gonna say here? Yeah, traumas from the ancestors. Oh yeah. I'm surprised that we even got to this far. Think about it. I mean, again, anybody who's done quite a bit of historical research, what we came from and where we are now. I mean, and someone can say, See, on one hand, you can be very appreciative. You can bring you great gratitude that, like, damn, man, I'm glad I've never had to go, even though you did in a past life. But again, that's the reason why we don't remember our past lives. But it's also super slow because you're like, okay, well, compared to the past, and obviously you can look at other parts of the world where you're like, man, like today I was thinking like, hey, I can be happy now. I don't have to have something or be somewhere else than just feel good right here, right now. Right? I'm like, hey, I had food, I have a bed, I'm not homeless. I got a great new, well, it's not a job because I'm a independent contractor, but yeah, I have a new client. I'm getting into sales, gonna be making some good money, gonna learn or just refine my sales skills per se, right? I never really liked salesmen, but also, I can control that, and the product is actually pretty good. It's actually saving lives and saving time from people, and helping people's basically number one investment, whether they view it that way or not. You may view your house like, hey, I just want a house so I can have my own shit and not have to worry about landlord, blah blah blah, right? And then later on, 20, 30 years, like, oh shit, I'm glad had this house and I did some general maintenance, or that it just went up in price, the value of the land went up in price, I need to cash out, I need some money, blah 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 blah, bada boom, bada bing, right? So just because that's what I'm saying. It's just in life you're going to switch your motives, and of course, as new information comes to light, you may have like, oh, this is my motive, this is my goal, and then new information comes to light. You're like, you know what? On second thought, this is my new goal, and da da da. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. That is you can say, yeah, that is your God-given right.